Welcome back to the Deep Dig of Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew. My other host right over there.
What's up? It's D. Good to see you again. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the pod. We have a bunch of stuff coming up, and you're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, we're not going to say anything yet, but we have some upcoming guests this next month, so it's going to be a fun show for the next month. You guys are going to want to see that stuff. Like, how long is Zion going to not play until you're like, well, we're not going to give him $300 million again.
But then it's like someone else will.
Yeah, someone else will, because you know what? He's going to sell tickets. He's going to sell jerseys.
Yeah. I mean, you just put his fat ass on the front row and he's going to fucking sell some tickets.
NFL season needs to show up because the show's getting out of pocket. You're just letting that shit fly today, huh?
All right, are we digging into Zion's comments?
Basketball, yeah.
Let's do it.
Zion Williamson stays big.
Literally.
So he went on the Gilbert Arenas podcast, which every ex-baller has a podcast now, and Gilbert Arenas, I think it was like Gills something.
I don't know. I feel like Gilbert Arenas has been in the podcast game for a little bit now. So
Nick Young wasn't there, so Swaggy P. Yeah, but he's like standing behind him for some reason. Doesn't have a chair.
Not enough chairs.
And Zion talked about how coming into the league, it was hard for him to control his weight because he has so much money now. He has a lot of great food options, and he's just a young kid kind of learning how to be an adult. Like, how much fault do we put on a kid coming out of high school, 1 year of college, and not being able to like take care of that?
I'd say it's 50% on him and 50% on the franchise. I think if you look at, like, if he had gone to the Miami Heat, it would have been a completely different story. Where Pat Riley is like immediately like, he's weighing Jimmy Butler when Jimmy Butler does free agent visits. Like, everyone gets weighed religiously with the Miami Heat, and it's just because we're gonna keep your ass in shape constantly. They're really about that grind. And obviously the Pelicans were not so they were not that team. They are slowly transitioning into a squad that has a lot more vets and actually has players that want to compete. And so I could see that being something, but I just don't see Zion being on that bandwagon of like, oh yeah, I'm going to really dive in and dedicate myself 100% to basketball. He's more into porn stars.
You're foul for that.
He is, though. He is.
He has a type.
Yeah.
Slut. I'm not going to knock him for his personal life as long as it stops bleeding into his professional life so much. If he plays and he plays well, then, like, we can't knock him too much for it. I mean, look at Tristan
he doesn't
Thompson.
Play. You know what I mean? He just doesn't play.
He doesn't play. And the weight is, like, the main factor. And, like, I like how people are like, the offseason of the NBA, it never fails to get like Ben Simmons shooting threes, Luka Doncic skinny, and like Zion skinny. Like, you're gonna get those posts constantly in the offseason. And right now he's in shape. He looks in shape. I mean, he's still big. He's just a big guy. Yeah, he's a big guy. But like, is he gonna be in shape for the season? Is he really that dedicated now at 23 years old? Like,
I think he's made too much money to be dedicated.
And then that's the other thing too. We were talking about kind of off camera. Like, I was thinking like, okay, it's on him for being like, I have a chance to get like $300 million, like 280 whatever million dollars. It's on me. I need to be responsible and like take care of my diet. I think you're making enough money to get like the most delicious, most healthy food. And you're like, they're going to pay him anyways.
They are.
Yeah.
Look at Kevin Durant got the max after he tore his Achilles. Like, so these dudes know, like, if you're a certain caliber of star in the NBA, regardless, you're going to get paid. And you're going to get paid generational money. Even if you're just a role player. Look at Bruce Brown. So it is what it is at this point. I think the contracts have gotten a little bit ridiculous.
I think for the young guys, it's gotten ridiculous because then you get someone who hasn't performed at a max contract level and you're like, well, it's his time to get paid and he's young and maybe I drafted him to be a max player, so he's a max player.
Names that come to mind, Buddy Hield was one where he's like, who else are you going to pay? And it's like, fuck, yeah, I guess let's pay this guy. Who else? who's the guy from the Cavs that got traded? That we were watching that video, Rich Paul, where he's like, "Oh, I got to take care of my guy."
Oh, Sexton.
Yeah, Colin Sexton, where they really wanted the other guard.
Garland.
Yeah, Darius Garland,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, gotta get my guy paid first."
I mean, even like Jordan Poole, like, he played. I think he played great for us the championship year. But then to be like, we're gonna max you out. You're a bench player.
Yeah,
Like, if it
I think
wasn't
they
for,
really
yeah,
had thought that he was gonna be the future.
yeah. But it's so early to like max these guys out when it's like you haven't really showed us that you
LaMelo
are
Ball.
a star. Like, I think of Cam Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, what? I've never seen a Cam Johnson highlight. Maybe that's just like, what? Name a play where you were like, damn, Cam Johnson. Like, he's getting paid max.
Nah.
And like guys like just randomly popping up getting maxes because they're that age and they have expectations and they got drafted high. I'm just like not high on those guys getting max contracts, but it's we give this guy the max or he walks away and we get nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And